Yo, it's me, it's the NCOTT baby, back here with another review for you, and then we're moving on in the Paranormal Activity franchise. It's Paranormal Activity 2, so let's talk about it. This movie revolves around the sister of Katie from the first one, and it takes place before and after the events of the first film. And you gotta think, okay, they decided they want to do a sequel, but they also want to build on the story, so let's do a prequel. But then everything they put in the prequels, because the third one's also a prequel, spoiler alert, there's spoilers on this, of course, kind of contradicts a little bit of it. As they move further into the story, it kind of gets confusing. But this one revolves around Christy Ray, her husband Daniel, her stepdaughter Allie, and their little son Hunter. I almost said a different name, which would have spoiled the fourth movie, which we're not into yet. But so it starts with, they're bringing home the baby. He's got the camera. Daniel's got the camera and everything, and they come in, introducing the baby and everyone in the family, and then they're the place is ransacked. This is when all the paranormal stuff starts to happen, and after it's ransacked, it's a good way. After the place is, their house is broken into, all except for the baby's room, of course, is torn apart. It's a good way to establish the cameras everywhere. The cameras everywhere, and it so it films everything in the house. And there's a night where the daughter is there, she gets locked out, and stuff happens with the baby. You see the baby get pulled up and moving around. But like I said, it's kind of a boring one. The first three have that little bit of assignment. Mostly it's just staring at cameras constantly. It's when the fourth one comes in and it really picks up. We'll get to that. But got to turn that off. I'm so sorry if you couldn't hear me, but I'm not gonna redo it because I'll lose time on my camera. That's why I haven't been able to do certain things. But where was I now? Okay, so now the maid, typical, stereotypical Hispanic maid who knows something's going on, so she's putting this smoke stuff, and then the parents come home and she's holding the baby, and they freak out and they fire her because she's crazy. But then they bring her back later in the movie when stuff starts to go down, and they try to, get rid of this thing, and they put Katie in this from the beginning, and you think, okay, so this is a sequel, and she's possessed, but she's not acting like she's possessed. And then Mika shows up during the film, and it shows you that it's actually prequel by saying so and so days before, I can't remember off the top of my head, before his death. And there's that. And then that establishes it's a prequel, and there's this, stuff happens. One of the scenes that I like, though, is when Christy's just sitting in the kitchen alone, and all the cupboards just open, and she gets scared. And it's okay, in his movies, you try to tell someone something's going on, and they're not listening. They don't listen, even though you got the cameras to prove it. Look on the cameras. And the daughter even goes back and shows when she gets locked out. You get it going a little bit further. After you got locked out, see what happened after you got locked out, but she doesn't. I don't know. And then, okay, we're gonna get to the climax, so to speak. Christy gets possessed by the demon because she gets bit, she gets possessed, and she starts to act weird, and she starts wanting the baby. There's this scene where, and I'm gonna get a little bit of language here, because it's rated R movie, But there's a scene where they got the Ouija board and they're moving around, and Allie, the daughter, asks what the ghost or demon wants, and it spells out pussy, and it's the boyfriend. But then it starts to actually move, with the spirit, and he doesn't know. They don't know. He doesn't know what's going on. She thinks he's still fooling around. It starts to spell out hunter, but it gets to hunt, and she thinks, oh, pussy hunt, and then she just lets it go. I kind of an inconvenient way. I mean, if the pussy thing hadn't happened, and they just said hunt, she said hunter wants my brother. I mean, but that thing in front of it, kind of just but. And I'm sorry for my language, but that's in the movie, okay? So Christy gets possessed by the demon, and she's like after the baby, and they find that's when they call back the maid or the housekeeper, whatever, and to do this stuff. And so the daughter and Daniel, the dad, they find out that they could pass it on to someone else. So then this is where that picture from the first one that Katie and Mika find in their attic, they burn that picture, and it sends the monster to Katie, or the demon to Katie, away from Christy. And then it goes forward like a few months or a few weeks or something. After Mika's dead, Katie shows up, blood on her shirt, twists Daniel's neck, kills him, and then goes and she Christy's trying to put baby back to sleep, and Katie comes in, kills her, takes the baby, and then they show you that the daughter was on a school trip or something, and then she comes back and finds them all dead. She shows up in the later films, but that's how it ends, and it says Katie and Hunter's whereabouts are still unknown. And that's how it ends. But it's a decent film. If I have to, give it a rating, I'm gonna get what did I give the first one? A 6, 7. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I don't remember what I get. I have to rewatch my review, but I'll give this one a 5 out of 10 because it's not bad. But it's not. It's just a whole, boring switching from camera to camera thing. It's not for me. So, the later ones, they get a little bit better at that. So, yeah, it's a 5 out of 10 for me. So, what do you think about Paranormal Activity 2? Let me know in the comments what you think. What's your rating for it? And remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.